Hi everybody. Today we're going to take a closer look at a formula that has gotten a lot of hype around it, and it's one of those products that has been featured in skincare magazines and beauty magazines. Every time you go into Sephora, you get mobbed by people. That's an exaggeration, but nevertheless this formula has gotten a lot of buzz around it. It is Sunday Riley's Luna Sleeping Oil. Now this is a formula that promises to revolutionize your skin in terms of helping to improve the signs of aging, for example, fine lines, wrinkles, uneven skin tone, dryness. It's really kind of marketed as an all-in-one formula. It contains a blend of avocado oil, grapeseed oil, blackberry oil, chia seed oil, some very nice emollient, non-fragrant plant oils. Now the star attraction of this formula, however, is the retinol alternative, or trans-retinol ester, called hydroxyphenolacone retinoate. And this is a fairly new form, or fairly new ester or derivative of retinol. And it's actually so new that there's not really much research around it. And that's kind of the downside because, of course, there are a lot of great forms of retinol out there, from retinaldehyde, of course, to cosmetic retinol that, work very well in terms of treating signs of aging and do have some research, a lot of research around them. However, this form has really only one study by the manufacturer that actually shows it on its own how it works in terms of improving skin. The other studies, and there are one or two that I could find, really only compare a formula that contains this form of retinol along with retinol itself and other beneficial ingredients. So there's really no way to know what the benefit was of that formula because you're really not seeing this ingredient tested on its own and what kinds of impacts it has to skin. So it was a little bit of a mystery to me why Sunday Riley chose to use this form of retinol when they could just have gone with just regular cosmetic retinol. There's tons of research around that, or retinaldehyde. Again, a lot of research around that. It would have been great in a facial oil. Now, aside from that, those beneficial oils and the form of retinol, we get to the other claims that this has. This has some claims around some other ingredients, specifically chamomile. Now, the blue tansy form of chamomile and the German form of chamomile here is really one of the reasons why Sunday Riley claims that there is a kind of deep blue color to the formula, and that's why they recommend using it at night. Because it is this kind of deep blue-green, product, it does have a bit of a hue on skin that it leaves behind, and I'll show you what that looks like. You can see here, that does certainly leave that kind of, greenish, Star Trek-ish sort of effect on skin. It's not terribly visible, actually, once you get it rubbed onto your face, but, it is something that does leave a hue behind. I'm going to paper towel. It does leave a little bit of a hue behind, especially if you have very fair skin, and so it's not aesthetically, very pleasing. However, Sunday Riley again made that claim about the whole blue tansy and German chamomile being the responsible hue of this product, when that is actually not the case. What actually is the case, and this is kind of the first little crack in the facade of this formula, is that they actually add synthetic colorants to this product. CI 61565, which is also known as Green 6. And then there is another form which is called Violet 3, and that is, or rather Violet 2, and that is CI 60725. These are both synthetic colorants. Now, we did hear from one Sunday Riley customer service representative that this actually was a natural colorant, or these were natural colorants, which is total bogus. If it was a natural colorant, you would see a different name for the colorant on the ingredient list. But in this form, these are absolutely synthetically derived colorants. Not that there's anything wrong with a synthetically derived colorant. However, when you're going to make that type of claim around the color of this, it's kind of a little bit, kind of a gray area. I feel, to use artificial colorants. And I'm certainly, it's very obvious why they would use that, because when it comes to natural ingredients, it's very difficult to keep the color, consistent from batch to batch. So sometimes you might have one that's a little bit more green, a little bit more blue, or even a little bit lighter in color, depending on the formula. And certainly, as kind of the concentration here, there's no reason for the hue to be this deep. It actually would be quite a bit lighter, almost translucent. That's kind of the gray area, but we get to the area here that really earned this its rating, which it does include a range of very potent irritants. Now these citrus oils, and there's actually a little bit of a library going on here. There's neroli, there's blood orange, there's vetiver, there's lang lang. Each of these has a compound or a collection of compounds of fragrance ingredients that are not good for skin. Whether or not you see the signs of irritation on your face, there is no denying that your skin is being affected. And the thing with irritation is that you don't have to see it on your skin to have the damage actually occur beneath the skin. You can kind of think of it like smoking. As you're smoking a cigarette, you don't see the immediate impact to skin. You don't see all the things going on behind the scenes, as it were, but over time, you absolutely will see the damage to skin because of that free radical action that it has, or smoke has. Same thing with these types of really potent essential oil fragrance compounds. They're not good for skin, and it was a total mystery to me why they were added to this formula, because when you're spending this much money on an anti-aging treatment, especially when it has a somewhat kind of questionable rate of effectiveness given the ingredients used, why do you want those ingredients there, those fragrance compounds that are useless? And ultimately, because of that excess of fragrance, the unproven form of retinol that's used, and the insane price tag for this product, it earned our lowest rating, a single star. Boo-hoo. Sad face, really sad face, because this could have been a nice formula if it had retinol in it, or other types of beneficial proven anti-aging ingredients, along with a blend of facial oils. There's really no good retinol anti-aging facial oils out there that could really stand on their own. So Sunday Riley, they missed the boat on this formula. But if you've got an opinion on this, and I know quite a few of you do, if you've tried this, you loved it, you tried it, you hated it, or you're going to try it, you're not going to try it, whatever feedback you have, please leave that in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.